Hi gang, Rob here. It is the evening of 13 November 2025, Thursday night at 9. That means it must be time for a knife sale on the Apostle P channel, and a knife sale we shall have. I'll be administering the sale tonight from our A-frame cabin near Coker Creek, Tennessee, on the eve of 3 days of awesome trail riding in the mountains, the Smoky Mountains to be precise. But I'm still working, and I invite you to come along. Before we get into the thick of tonight's sale, let's do a little bit of housekeeping as usual. First off, I need you to be familiar with and agreeable to the terms of the sale, which I will post on the screen for you in just a moment. I will also print them in the description underneath this video. Also in the description, which is a very important component of all my sale videos, you're going to see 3 links to previous videos on this channel. The first one is called a primer for buyers. That's a 38-minute expanded explanation of the terms of the sale. So especially if you're new, I invite you to watch that because it'll make your purchase experience go much more smoothly. It explains exactly how we do things and why every Thursday night. The second link pertains to you if you're interested in using this weekly sales event to move along some of your personal knife collection. It's called FAQs for Consignors, and it explains how this madness all works from the consignor's perspective. The third link, as always, is to my rates and services video for the Apostle P Knife Service, the original precision sharpening service for the online knife community. And by the way, this is a great time to send in knives for sharpening. How are you going to carve a turkey or cut up a ham with a dull knife? It's going to look terrible. Your guests are going to be whispering about you behind your back. So send those babies in. Let's get them sharpened up. And we have, as some of you know, most of you know, we have returned to the pre-COVID pricing. Yes, of 2019. So inflation, not an issue. And it's a pretty good time because the backlog is down around 2 weeks right now. So one little housekeeping note that's important, specific to this week. Nothing will ship from tonight's sale until Tuesday the 18th because I am not home to mail any knives. So please read your acknowledgement emails to reinforce that point so I don't get emails on Tuesday the 18th panicking because knives haven't shown up yet. Okay. Also in the description at the very bottom, you will see the list of tonight's inventory complete with timestamps down the left side, pricing down the right. In the pricing column, you will generally see 2 numbers. The one to the left of the slash is the price of your knife as shown in the video. The price on the right is the price as sharpened by the Apostle P Knife Service if you choose to do that. There will be no next day sharpening this week for reasons I have already covered ad nauseam. Now, if you see the word sold in lieu of a price for a given item as you're perusing the inventory list, that means it's been bought and paid for by its new owner. So no need to send an "I'll take it" or an inquiry regarding any item marked sold, all caps, exclamation point. That's it for the housekeeping. Let's get the terms up on the screen for you, and we'll be right back with the sale. Here are the terms. All right, let's get to it, shall we? 4 leftovers from last week still present at the time of filming. Here's the first one. It is from Tactile. It's the Maverick, but not just any Maverick. This does have the all-titanium finely milled handle scales, but it is one of their seasonal special colorways. This is called the Vice pattern of splatter Cerakote, and we've got Cerakote everywhere. We have a black base on the scales with a hot pink splatter. We've got an orange pocket clip. We've got purple pivot hardware. We've even got aqua thumb studs and standoffs. But the star of the show is that. That luscious, swedged, flat ground drop point blade in CPM MagnaCut. Blade length 3.5, handle 4 11/16. It features Tactile's crossbar lock, a little bit like a Benchmade access lock. Rides on phosphor bronze washers, I believe. Centers perfectly. Action is beautiful. Lock up, rock solid. And let's see. Condition will be near mint. No box. These are discontinued and out of stock when they were available at a web retail price of $4.49. I can't find any real price referencing for these. There are very few of them in circulation. We ran this last week at $3.50 on Thursday, no takers. All the way down to $300 for the weekend. It's still here. This week, let's go $275 like it is $300 with an ApostleP Edge. That is the Maverick Vice seasonal pattern from Tactile. Next up, a sweetie that has now reached a price level that should make it irresistible. It is from Microtech, but it comes in a service box, no label. So not the original box. Do we have? Yeah, we have the paperwork goodies. The knife is the model 122-10 DBK. It is an Ultratech double edge in the apocalyptic finish. Acid stonewashed bevels, satin flats. The handle is distressed black, thus the DBK designation in the model number. The blade length, 3 5/16 inches of Bowler M390. The handle is 5 inches to the end of the ball bearing glass breaker. Button effort, I'll call it medium firm. My thumb could do this all night. Reliability is 100%. Serial number is 202034. Is that right? That's a long serial number. I think that's right. You guys can read it, maybe. Born in May of 21. Near mint in the replacement box. These are out of stock currently. The last run was available for a web price of $325. We ran this one last week at $220. On Thursday, dropped it to $200 for the weekend. This week's price, $185 for an Ultratech that'll never look old. Next. Okay, Spidey collectors. You really, really need this if you don't have one. Look at that. Spyderco Knives and Accessories, Golden, Colorado, USA. I think that was still on Earth back then. The knife inside is the model C42P, the Howard Viele plain edge. These were produced between 1996 and 1999. What a gorgeous gents folder it is. Stainless steel liner lock knife, pinned construction, and I love how the show side scale, which is beautifully crowned, reveals a beautifully satin finished liner and pins. Yes, no pivot adjustment, no disassembly, except the scales can be removed. Look at the hafting on that offside scale. The scales are, by the way, black linen micarta. Kind of a matte finish on the offside and a polished finish on the show side. Just a beautiful piece of work, guys. Opens with a hole. I don't think there are washers. Are there? I don't know. Stunning hologram clip point swedged blade. AUS 8 steel, made in Japan. That's a pretty good edge for a 25-plus-year-old knife, by the way. No edge wear. Rock solid lockup. Kind of late, but who cares? It's not going anywhere. Centering is off. Very near mint in box. Sold listings on eBay range between $160 for a user with no box, all the way up to $308 for a knife, probably a lot like this one. We ran this one last week at $195, didn't sell, dropped it to $175 for the weekend. It's still here. Your price this week, $165 like it is, $185 with an ApostleP Edge, the Spyderco C42P. Next, my Benchmade boys let me down on this one. We have a 707 sequel. Yes, we do. The tiny McHenry & Williams with the black hard anodized aluminum handle scales and black G10 inlays. Parkerized split arrow clip, axis lock mechanism. The blade, I guess you could call that a spear point in 154 cm, 2 15/16 inches in length. The handle's 3 13/16. Almost a free dropper. Phosphor bronze washers and thumb studs. The lockup is rock solid. The centering, look at that. Bang. Condition very near mint in box. Discontinued and out of stock for many moons. And a beloved pattern. What happened to this knife last week? You're not going to find a nicer one. Sold listings on eBay between $195 and $280. We ran this last week at between $200 and $230. Sorry about that. We ran this one last week at $195, dropped it to $180 for the weekend. This week, $170 like it is, $190 with an ApostleP Edge. The 707 sequel from Benchmade. Well, that'll do it for the leftovers. Let's get to the fresh stuff. And we have some more time-honored, beautifully preserved classics this week. And I teased you about this one on Tuesday when I did the heads up video. Look at that Benchmade box. Yes, this is the model 905BT. That means it is an original design mini Stryker. And I think this knife is cool because so much history is visible in it. So, probably made about 2001. You can see the Benchmade Emerson lineage. Look at the G10. It's got that Emerson kind of striation chatoyance. The construction is very Emerson-like. I believe both liners are titanium on this knife, by the way. Totally non-magnetic. You have an Emerson-style clip, parkerized with the Benchmade USA stamp. It opens with a thumb disc, and you get a beautiful Alan Olishewitz designed black-coated Tanto blade. I do not know the steel. Back in the Bal-I-Song days, check the butterfly. I think it's probably ATS 34. There's your lock engagement on the titanium liner lock. Got a little bit of titanium Emerson-like stick. Why the Emerson tie-in? Because Benchmade was the OEM for Emerson back in the 90s. There is your centering, and it favors the top slightly. The disc works great. The geometry in its placement is perfect. Lockup is rock solid. The condition is very near mint in box. Sold listings for this model on eBay ranging between $285 and $290. There were two of them. This one, $195 like it is, $220 with an ApostleP Edge. That's the mini Stryker Tanto from circa 2001 from Benchmade. Next up, there's this little company. I think they're in the Carolinas. Paragon Cutlery Company, which became Paragon Asheville Steel, making little automatic knives in the USA. This is the ATKO 8, designed by Keith Wood, made in the United States of America. We got the outer sleeve, just a little dog-eared. We've got a poly bag protecting the presentation box with the hinged lid. How about that, man? Yeah. How about that? And here is the ATKO 8. We've got a black, hard anodized, aluminum handle. I thought that was G10, but it's not. It's like a craton with a texture for the inlays. The pocket clip is a beautiful gloss PVD coated right-hand tip-down clip. It is a button lock, side folding automatic. Gorgeous blade. That appears to be DLC coating. And the blade is in ATS 34. 3 9/16 blade, 4.5 handle. Very efficient blade to handle. Rock solid lockup. Beautiful centering. And a very snappy action. Great in the hand, by the way, as well. That is a squared away blade. They're discontinued, out of stock, unobtainium, couldn't find a price reference. This one, though, can be yours for $140, like it is $160 with an ApostleP Edge. Probably a 25 to 30-year-old knife that's basically brand new. A couple little scuffs in the DLC, but nothing major. Gorgeous, gorgeous knife. Next up, we have a Blast from the Almar past. This one comes in a big, long box because it's a fixed blade. And it's the Almar Backup Model 2, numbered 050 of 200. Comes in a leather sheath that I believe is going to be vertical carry only, but it is ambidextrous. How about that? Oh, it's a stunning little hawkbill from Almar. Yeah. Rexroth design. Built by FM Company in Japan. AUS 8 steel. Flat saber ground hawkbill. 3 3/8 of blade. 4 5/16 inches of handle. It is scaled in black linen micarta. Superb in a saber grip. Equally so in that grip. Very, very cool blade. It was really never in the sheath until I put it there, just so you know. It's like new in box, and I don't know when these were made, but it wasn't yesterday. Probably in the early 2000s. Let's see, they're discontinued and out of stock. Country Knives has one available for $325, and that's not the highest price I've seen. One sold listing on eBay did $396. This one can be yours, all in, shipped priority mail in beautiful condition. $200 like it is. $225 with my edge. That is the Almar Backup Model 2. Next, it's time for it's time for another classic Spyderco. Guys, this is something else. C52 BMP. Now, these are called the Pre-Calypso or the Experiment. The Experiment. In micarta. Made in 1997. And my consignor called it the Pre-Calypso on his sticky note. This is so cool. And it kind of shows the Japanese manufacturing influence to American knife companies. This construction is going to look exactly like the Almar Ultralight series. Polished linen micarta, pinned construction, polished pins and pivot. So if you've got an Eagle or a Hawk Ultralight or a Falcon, this is going to look very familiar to you. You get the polished clip with the PVD coating and the gold bug. Mid-lock mechanism, it sounds like an Almar Ultralight. Rock solid lockup, beautifully hafted, mid-lock. I think these are washerless and linerless, but super smooth. The centering is off. It favors the top scale. Kind of hard to see, but it does. But listen, such a snick. 2 13/16 inch blade in Aus 8, 3 15/16 handle. Beautiful in the hand. Great little EDC blade, although it'd be a crime to scratch it up probably. So yeah, 28-year-old knife. Long discontinued and beautiful. Arizona Custom Knives recently sold one of these for $250. Your price on this one, $125 like it is, $145 with my edge. I wish I could keep it. Such a beauty. The C52 BMT Pre-Calypso from Spyderco. Next up, this is a cool knife. I'm embarrassed I've never seen one of these. From GT Knives, made in the USA, ATS 34 steel. Now, they're actually currently making these in a newer version, and they call them a 112, I believe, if they're in this configuration. But this is a police issue, black, serrated edge with a pocket clip. Okay. It is a side-folding automatic, which is weird because there's a thumb stud that doesn't seem to work. And then there's this brass pivot that's really not a pivot at all. It's the release button. Check this out. Beautiful diamond milled black hard anodized aluminum scales. The clip is interesting. Right hand tip down milled hard anodized aluminum. The blade is in ATS 34. It is 3 5/8 inches long, combo edge, swedged hollow ground, saber ground drop point. Super cool etch, by the way. Those thumb studs are really stop lugs, aren't they? Yeah, they're not thumb studs, obviously. So lockup, dead rock solid. Yeah, there might be a little side play, a little tiny bit of side play, which I don't think is adjustable. The centering, look at that. Kaboom. Super thwacky. Great in the hand. We'll call it like new in box. The current models are available for a web retail of $275. We shall run this one at $160 like it is $180 with an ApostleP Edge. Very cool. Next up, here's one I did not know existed. From Smith & Wesson. Now, let's be honest. When we think of Smith & Wesson knives, we think NRA throw-ins, cheap Chinese crap, but check it out. What? Made in the USA. Manufactured by Taylor Cutlery. Stewart. It's the SW1260, and they call it the California issue automatic. Black hard anodized aluminum frame. Cool slot pattern. A little jimping on the spine of the handle, which is very good. Button lock. Automatic. And it's got some issues internally, guys. Just letting you know. There's blade play. But who cares? Centering is pretty squared away. 440C blade, 1 13/16 inches in length. Got to be under 2 inches, I guess, in California. 3 1/4 handle. 1990s production. how did I figure that out? I did somehow. How did I do it? I guess that was in my seller notes, but anyway. Can't find one of these anywhere. Let's do $60. Shipped priority mail, 80 with an ApostleP Edge. The SW1260 California issue automatic from Smith & Wesson. Next up, we got a little run of cases for you. We do. First among them is this one. This is so cool. So we have a tin with a cardboard sleeve. On the sleeve, it says we have a model 82156SS Tuxedo with the gold mother of pearl covers. And there's your tin. A collector club knife, yep. Comes in a little Velcro. Looks like maybe it's even real leather. Split gray, I don't know, it could be synthetic, but a little slip. Check that little beauty. Look at the mother of pearl. And check the bolsters on the swell center opposite end knife. Scrolled nickel silver bolsters, brass liners. Nice pins, so gorgeous. The main blade is a little spear, a sporn. It looks almost more like a Warncliffe than a spear, but it's got a little belly. Long pull, cut swedge, true sharp stainless steel. Secondary blade, again, it's sort of a Warnish pen. Half stop knife. Pull weight, I don't know, we'll call it I guess a 5.5. Beautiful walk and talk. Very, very, very slight rub. I mean very slight, right there. We'll call it like new in tin with sleeve and slip. Made 5/22 of 03. Discontinued, out of stock. There's one current listing on eBay for this exact knife. They want $250. Buy it now. Let's do $150 on this one. $175. I sharpen both blades. That's the 82 156 SS Tuxedo from Case. Gorgeous, gorgeous little knife. Next, we have a more modern case. This one made in 2021. I got the box upside down. Come on, Rob. This is the model 102130SS. It's the black micarta smooth gunstock. Linen micarta, to be exact. You have satin finished nickel silver bolsters and end caps, brass liners. Closed length is 3 13/16. Good size knife. The blades are in satin true sharp stainless. You got a main spear on a cam tang. We'll call that a 7.5 pull. A little tight, but nice walk and talk. Knife's barely been opened and closed. Spear and a pen. Chamfered bolsters. The end caps have a little break on them too. Very squared away. Like new in box. Made in 2021. Discontinued, not a stock. Country Knives has one of these at least for sale. They just want $145 for it. Let's go 70 on this one. 95 with an ApostleP Edge. The 102130 SS Gunstock from Case. Next up, oh, we have such a beauty here. Comes in a tin, no outer sleeve. Let's see, is there anything good inside? Doesn't look like it was a collector's model. But somebody was smart enough to put the label from the sleeve on the back of the tin. It's a model 61087 SS Texas Jack, made in 2002 in gorgeous chestnut jigged bone. Guys, look at that little honey. Little serpentine, single-bladed jack. Look at that bone. Polished nickel silver bolsters and end caps, brass liners. 3 5/16 closed length. A single clip on a cam tang in true sharp stainless. Polished finish, full height hollow. It's I don't think the video and the audio are going to do this justice. It is so silky, silky smooth. Beautiful walk and talk. Oh, I wrote 7 down, but I'm gonna call that pull a 6.5. The only thing is the centering is gonna favor the top side noticeably. Made June 26th of 2002. It is like new in the tube. Discontinued, out of stock, unobtainium, and I think very special for a modern day case. Did I mention the gorgeous script shield? Oh. Your price $125 like it is, $140 with an ApostleP Edge. The Texas Jack from Case. Next, I got another case, the last one of the night. No box, no tin, no sleeve, just a Ziploc. It is the 610096SS Tiny Toothpick. You got the black enamel filled script oval shield, nickel silver bolsters and end caps, a little bit of pocket wear. That would take, 10 minutes and some flits to get rid of. Smooth yellow bone covers. The toothpick clip. 3 1/32 closed length. About a 6 pull on a cam tang. And it's beautiful walk and talk. Centering is close to very close, by the way. I'll call it excellent, no box. Just carry wear. I don't know that that's ever cut anything, to be honest. Available new. I think the new ones might have red enamel in the shield. I can't remember. You can buy a new one for $60. Plus tax, probably plus postage, unless you're making it part of a larger shipment. This one is yours, all in, shipped priority mail. Over $12 to ship a small priority box right now. All in, $40 like it is, $55 with my Edge. The Tiny Toothpick from Case. Next up, we have a Spyderco. And it's kind of a special one. No box, just a Ziploc. It is the Caribbean. And the name would indicate it's probably very rust-free, and it is. The handle is very interesting. It is layered black and yellow G10, almost a toxic green. Kind of a yellow, like a safety yellow. And black. And the way they've milled it, they've revealed that safety yellow and then a satin finish over the black high spots, right? Pocket clip, ambidextrous tip up, kind of an acid stone wash. It is a compression lock knife. Opens with a hole, rides on phosphor bronze, and it's a full SpyderEdge knife in LC200N steel. Blade length on the Caribbean is 3 5/8. The handle's 4 13/16. It's rock solid lockup. Near free dropper, but not quite. Centering is beautiful. Don't be fooled by the tip. It's chisel ground for the SpyderEdge. Nothing wrong there. There is one defect on the knife. There is a scratch. I think you can see it right there below the clip that goes through the black ribs. But that's really it. So we'll call it near mint, no box, scratch noted. This is currently available new for a web retail price of $244 at your favorite Spyderco dealer. Let's do $170 on this one, all in, shipped priority mail. No need to sharpen that SpyderEdge. That is the Caribbean SpyderEdge from Spyderco. Next, another Spidey without my favorite box in the world. It is a military, just a military, not a military 2. Handled in DigiCam G10. The darker greens predominate this handle. You got a standard tumble polished, almost as just a stonewash, right hand tip down clip. Beautiful hole engagement, beautiful detent, free dropping action. The blade is in S30V. This particular one is just under 4 inches in length, about 3 15/16. The handle 5.5, tons of real estate. Beautiful jimping in the choil and on the spine. Stainless steel liner lock engages right where you want a military to lock up. Centering is bang on. And the lockup is dead solid. I can see evidence that it's been in the pocket, but nothing I would call damage or wear. Just it's been in the pocket. And the apex has been touched up. It's got a bit of almost like a polished apex. It's actually quite sharp, although not. You can still see the scratch pattern from the factory edge on most of the bevel, but it's okay. They're discontinued, but in stock. You can buy this exact knife brand new still at your favorite Spyderco internet knife dealer for $255. This one can be yours, all in shipped priority mail, $160 like it is, $185 with an ApostleP Edge. That's the military in DigiCam from Spyderco. Okay, next, I don't know what to tell you about this knife, except that it's a Spyderco Delica FFG, full flat ground. Comes in a Ziploc poly bag. So I guess I would call this cobalt blue FRN. Obviously black hardware. It's been in a pocket. You can see some soiling in the volcano grip texture. 4-way pocket clip in black. Undamaged clip. Now here's the thing. I can't find anywhere that this knife was made like this. CPM crew wear. With DLC coating. Some scuffing in the DLC from use. Very little and no edge damage. Lockup, rock solid. You got, of course, 2 7/8 blade, 4 1/4 handle, mid-lock with the buoy dent to avoid accidental release. Centering is going to favor the top side slightly. Lockup is dead rock solid. I'll call it excellent to near mint. And I have no idea how much these were new. No idea at all, because I can't find that they were ever made. It could be a Frankenblade. I do not know. But it's got to be worth $95. $120 with my Edge. The Delica FFG in blue, DLC, and crew wear from Spyderco. Next, this might be the coolest Tenacious I've ever seen. So it's ODBK, yeah, OD in black, right? Look at that tone. That is the most gorgeous olive drab I've ever seen on the Volcano Grip FRN handle. Black clip, 4-way positionable, all black hardware, and a black blade in 8CR13 MOV, a sprayed black coating, designed by Eric Glesser, stainless steel liner lock, locking up nice and early, rock solid, 3 3/8 blade, 4 7/16 handle, rides on phosphor bronze, opens with a hole, opens beautifully with a hole, and let's see, how's the centering? Bang. I'm calling it perfect. Near mint to like new. In box, this was a Blue Ridge distributor exclusive They are discontinued and out of stock. I found one sold listing on eBay. Somebody paid $109 shipped for one of these. I'm thinking 55. 55 like it is. 75 with my edge. The Tenacious in OD and black from Spyderco. Next, from the Tenacious family of knives, we have a Persistence, the baby Tenacious. Murdered. Yes, we do. Black volcano grip FRN, 4-way clip. Never been moved from its original location. Stainless steel liner lock, black blade. 8CR13 MOV is your steel. Blade length on the Persistence is 2 11/16. The handle's 4 1/8. It rides on phosphor bronze washers. It opens with a hole. It's a stainless steel liner lock, locking up early but securely. Free of any blade play. Nice and smooth. And what the heck, it's beautifully centered. Available to be purchased new at your favorite Spyderco knife site. It'll cost you $56 plus tax and postage. This one can be yours at the bargain price, near mint to like new in box, $40 like it is, 60 with an ApostleP edge. That's the murdered Persistence from Spyderco. Time to turn the page. Next up, I don't know why, but I kind of want this knife. Another Spidey. It is a Native 5 plain edge salt. Yes, it is. Yellow fiberglass reinforced nylon volcano grip handle. Mid-lock mechanism, no dent. 4-way pocket clip in black. Interesting mix of hardware. Bright rocker pin, black screws, black clip, satin blade. Your steel will be, CPM MagnaCut. 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle. The knife weighs nothing. USA made, rock solid lockup. Beautifully free blade on the bushing pivot. And centering is very, very close. I had it at perfect yesterday. Yeah, it's right on that seam. Yeah. Condition will be near mint to like new in box. Buy these new for $145. This one's going to cost you $120 like it is. $145 with an ApostleP edge. The Native 5 salt in MagnaCut from Spyderco. Next up, a beautiful knife that I personally hate. It's a polarizing blade steel. Some of you guys love it. I've just seen it be a train wreck at times. But anyway, Spyderco Sage 5 FRN handle, Maxamet blade. A gorgeous gray, very, very much like the Chaparral FRN handle, actually. Kind of a modified volcano grip. Compression lock, ambidextrous, tip-up deep carry wire clip, and the Maxamet blade, which is extremely wear resistant. If they get it wrong, it can be extremely chippy, but this one looks to be, it's got a beautiful factory edge on it, guys. It really does. If I were a betting man, I would say that's a good hunk of Maxamet. And the good news is you will rarely have to sharpen it. The bad news is when you do, it will test you. I'm just saying. Lock up dead rock solid on the compression lock. Free swinging blade. The centering is perfect. It is near mint to like new in box. These are $246 web retail, which sounds like a lot for an FRN handled knife. Trust me, they earn their money grinding and sharpening that blade, for sure. But this isn't going to cost you $246. Let's go $160 like it is. $190. if you want me to sharpen it, and I don't think you do. I would use that factory edge until it's time. The Sage 5 FRN in gray and Maxamet from Spyderco. Next, here's an interesting knife. It's a Spyderco, and some dealer. You couldn't put the label on the back of the box. Yeah, who is that? You guys tell me in the comments. Who's doing that? Oh, and then we had to put some. It is the correct label. Manix 2 in cobalt blue, G10 with a Spy 27 plain edge blade. That's a good blue. And this is a great illustration. Here's the next knife. You see the difference between blue and Burple? Yeah. I like this blue a lot. So, Manix 2, standard stuff. This is the only time I've ever seen this. There's a little stick in the caged ball on the blade tang. I think it's going to go away. I'm sure it's going to go away, but it's there. 3 3/8 inches of Spy 27, which I believe is kind of like an improved VG10. It is a Spyderco brainchild of a steel. And it doesn't seem to get the orange peel when it's being finished like VG10 does. So that's a good thing. Let's see. Lockup is rock solid. Action is free dropping. Centering is, what did I call that? And we'll call it perfect. Let's see. These are available new for $162. This one can be yours like new in box, $115 like it is, $135 with an ApostleP Edge. That's the Manix 2 in blue, G10, and Spy 27 from Spyderco. Next, it's another Spidey from Golden, Colorado, USA Earth. It's a pair of 3 in dark blue. It says DBL, wrong, Burple. G10 and an S110V blade. There we go. There's your Burple. There is your tumble polished 4-way positionable clip, your compression lock mechanism, your Spidey clip blade in S110V. Blade length is 2 15/16. The handle 4 1/4. Lockup on the compression lock is rock solid. It is a free swinging beauty. And I'm calling the centering close on this one. I think it favors the bottom just slightly. Condition shall be called like new in box. I called the centering very, very close, by the way. Currently available to be purchased new from your favorite Spyderco knife website for $237. Wow. This one, $160 like it is, $185 with an ApostleP Edge. That's the Spyderco Pair 3, Burple and S110V. Next up, we have another Spyderco from Golden and another pair of 3. This is the plain edge version in CTS 204P with the forest green G10 handle scales. Wearing a nice little tether cord lanyard. I like that tether cord. And no factory clip, just a Casey Lynch deep carry. Looks like a stone-washed titanium. It is 4-way positionable. There's your blade in Carpenter CTS 204P. Note the blade scratches. See if I can get you a good shot of them without a glint. There they are. And on this side too. Not as bad on this side, but they're there. Odd thing is, it does have some edge wear. Not any chipping, just it's not quite where it used to be. But not bad. Let's see. 2 15/16 blade, 4 1/4 handle, compression lock, phosphor bronze washers in a hole. Lockup, dead rock solid. This was a Knife Works exclusive, by the way, in this steel and color. Action is super sweet, free swinging. Centering is perfect. I'm going to call it excellent in box because of the scratching on the blade and the bit of edge wear. So not near mint. This dealer exclusive is discontinued, not a stock. I found one sold listing on eBay that did $215 shipped. This one, because of its user status, I'm going to do at $160 like it is, $185 with an ApostleP edge. The pair 3 in green 204p with a titanium clip. Next up, we're moving to Oregon, to the Benchmade Knife Company. The box has a little bit of damage. This is the model 4400 BK Casbah from Benchmade, one of their lightweight series of auto knives. This is just a beautiful piece of work in Grivery. You got some normal stippling, and then the center panel, which is part of the same mold, is a much more aggressive, I guess you could still call that a stipple, but it's beautifully grippy. You've got the side-mounted safety with a nice detent, very positive. Pocket clip, sort of a remarked infidel style clip in a gray coating of some kind. It's going to be ambidextrous tip up. It is a button lock side folder. Swedged spear point blade in S30V. 3 3/8 blade, 4 7/16 handle. Rock solid lockup. Beautiful centering. And it's got the monolock stop pin. So each of those 6 facets is a different distance from center. So you can have the button protrude differently based on how you like it to be. Obviously, if the button runs out of travel coming this way, you'll get vertical play. So you can adjust that. This one's perfect as it's set. Near mint in box. Available new for a web retail of $230. Let's go $175 on this one. $195 with an ApostleP edge. That's the 4400 BK Casbah from Benchmade. Next, another black box Benchmade. This is the 431 BK-1 readout. And it's the coolest one they've done yet, I think. So, very interesting handle on the readout. I believe this is Grivery. So, the majority of the scale is Ranger Green, and then the back strap, which kind of holds it all together, is in Forest Green Mini Frag Grivery. Pocket clip is an end mount ambidextrous tip up deep carry parkerized with the stamped butterfly axis lock mechanism. And then we got a Tanto blade that they call Cobalt Cerakote. The blade is CPM D2, a super fine steel. It's an analog to CTS XHP, which are both powdered metallurgy versions of D2. And the powdered metallurgy process turns D2 into something wonderful, by the way. Let's see, 3.5 blade, 4 3/4 handle. Axis lock mechanism, phosphor bronze washers, and thumb studs. Not a free dropper, but eminently flickable. Lockup is axis lock rock solid, and your centering is perfect. This model currently available new at your favorite web retailer of Benchmade knives for $200. Let's go $135 for this one like it is. $155 with an ApostleP edge. The 4031 BK-1 readout from Benchmade. Next up, the Benchmade party rolls on. Blue box this time, and we have a Benchmade custom shop bug out. model CU535-SS-20CV. We've got gray G10 scales with that diamond mill pattern. And it's kind of like a Doppler diamond mill. It's fine up here at the front, and then it gets more coarse at the back. Very cool. All bright tumbled hardware, including the shorty deep carry ambidextrous tip-up clip. We got an axis lock mechanism, of course. Thumb stud actuation, rides on phosphor bronze. There's the 20 CV designation on the blade. 3 3/16 blade, 4 3/16 handle. Rock solid lockup. And a free dropping blade that just so happens to be perfectly centered. It is like new in the box. I didn't go build one of these to see how much it was, but I know it's significantly more than this. Your price, $165 like it is $190 with an APostleP Edge. Very solid little package from Benchmade. Yeah, if you're thinking FRN bug out is too flimsy, just get a G10 one. It'll be fine. It gains like 0.2 of an ounce or something. Gorgeous little blade. Next, it's time for the Rob's Pick, boys and girls. And there's one little flaw in this offering. It is a black class Benchmade, and it is a bailout, but that is the wrong model number. The 537GY-1 is the green handled with that speckly dark gray Cerakote blade in M4. That's not what this is. This is a 537FE-02 bailout, which is way cooler. Look at that. They call it Crater Blue diamond milled hard anodized aluminum. And again, you've got that sort of diamond mill fade pattern. Finer, coarser. Flat dark earth anodized aluminum hardware. The black oxide coated shorty deep carry clip, ambidextrous tip up. And then there's this. Flat dark earth Cerakote blade in CPM M4. Tell me that's not gorgeous. Are you kidding me? 3 5/16 blade, 4 11/16 handle to the end of the backspacer slash lanyard slot. Axis lock, phosphor bronze, thumb studs, rock solid lockup, free dropping blade. Centering is, I called it perfect. I don't know, the tip is ground just a slight bit off kilter, but I think the blade is perfectly centered. So nice. So nice. Near mint to like new in the very slightly wrong box. This model is available new for a web retail of $300. Your price for the Rob's Pick tonight is $195 like it is. $220. Doggone it, that's not enough. But anyway, $220. We'll sharpen it. Gorgeous bailout. Maybe the best bailout ever. Next up, it's Hogue time. We have no box, just a pouch. This is the 54195-EXL RSK. That's your model number. We just call it a mini RSK. And it's in purple G-Mascus with a gorgeous mill pattern, by the way. And a blade of CPM 20 CV. Your blade length, 2 7/8. Handle, 4 inches. Lock is the Able lock mechanism, which is a Benchmade axis lock. Not a free dropper, but it's flingable. Lockup is rock solid. Blade centering is bang on. Pocket clip is deep carry, ambidextrous tip up. Near mint in pouch, no box. So the 20 CV version of this knife is discontinued and out of stock. One recent sale on Arizona Custom Knives was $175. We'll offer you this one at $145 like it is, $170 with an ApostleP Edge. The Mini RSK and Purple G Mascus and 20 CV from Hogue and Doug Ritter. Next up, this is going to be a polarizing knife. Most of you are going to go, ew, and one of you is going to go, I like that. It's from Kershaw, and it's made in the USA, and it's an automatic knife, but it is not a launch. It's a live wire, model 9000 Lime. I guess you boys are calling these the Lime Wire. And for good reason, because, oh, it's lime. Oh, it's lime. Lime, lime, and more lime. I do not know what the finish is made of. I don't know whether it's a hard anodized coating or a Cerakote. You got your backwards flag. You got your shorty deep carry clip. You got your spine-mounted firing button for the dual action OTF auto. I could do this all day. Just a medium button. That is beautiful. DLC coated swedged spear point in CPM Magna Cut. Blade length is 3 5/16. The handle is 4 13/16. Reliability is 100%. I'm going to call it near mint in box just because I know it's been handled. You know, there's a little soiling on the lime green. It was a Smoky Mountain exclusive, by the way, and still is. You can buy them brand new for $180. This one can be yours all in, shipped priority mail, no sales tax, $135 like it is, $160 with an ApostleP Edge, the Kershaw 9000 Lime Wire in Magna Cut. Next up, oh, we have a couple ZTs for you. The first one is going to come sans box. And I think it's the latest iteration of the beloved ZT0562 Hinderer Slicer. This one is the ZT0562 MIC for micarta. This happens to be OD green micarta. And then it's just a normal 562 from there. Stonewashed titanium frame, Hinderer lock bar stabilizer, ambidextrous tip-up deep carry clip, ball bearing flipper, steel inserted titanium frame lock. The blade is in Magna Cut. Blade length 3.5, handle 4 7/8. There's your lock engagement, which is beautiful and early and rock solid. Ball bearing pivot seems to be working just fine. Centering's perfect. I think the lockup's perfect. We'll call this near mint to like new, no box. If you want to buy a new one, just jump on Blade HQ, knives shipped free, Grand Prairie Knives, pony up $300 plus tax, and they'll send you one. It'll come in a box. Or just buy this one, all in, shipped priority mail, $225 like it is $250 with my Edge. The ZT0562 MIC in OD canvas and Magna Cut from Zero Tolerance. Next up, we have a ZT in a box, made in the USA. This is the ZT original design. No onion, no Hinderer, no Sinkovich. Just the boys at ZT. It's the 0203 Duralock in olive G10 and a black M4 blade. And that has got old school Kershaw design language in spades. I love how the handle looks like it's going fast while it's standing still. With the way that the front and the butt are both angled forward. Beautifully milled. You know, ZT can mill some G10, can't they? Gorgeous OD G10. Pocket clip, ambidextrous tip up deep carry in black. All the hardware's black. Thick stainless steel liners. The Duralock mechanism, which is a lot like an axis lock. The knife rides on phosphor bronze washers and opens with thumb studs as God intended it. There's your DLC coated CPM M4. I'm calling this a harpoon spear. Just, I think because of that swale, it makes me want to call it a harpoon. Blade length is 4 inches. The handle is 5 1/4. Not a light knife, not a small knife, just a doggone beautiful knife. Not quite a free dropper. I'm not sure you'd want it to be, actually. That's a lot of swinging mass with a sharp edge. The handle's 5 1/4. With that handle design, you're always going to have a little bit of an out of whack blade to handle ratio, but it pays off in gripping real estate. Beautiful work, guys. Perfect mechanics, including blade centering. Like new in the box. You can buy a brand new one. It'll run you $296 plus tax, or just buy this perfect like new in box example for $230, $255 with my Edge, the ZT0203. Next up, it's a blast from the past. It's an Emerson, and it's a Commander in black with a combo edge. I want you to take a look at this, guys. Look at the flathead screws holding the scales on. Or, yeah, the flathead screws holding the scales on. Not Phillips. An unadorned clip. Opens with a disc or a wave. Rides on Nylotron. A black coated blade. I think it's 154 cm. It is unmarked. It was made in 1999, and it's basically an unmolested knife. Titanium liner lock. Locks up a bit late, but we don't care. There's a little Emerson stick going on. The blade is centered better than it looks because of the chisel grinding, but it's a little off. Not bad. I'll call it close. Condition, near mint. Let's go over some dimensions. 3 5/8 blade, 5 1/8 handle. It does have a very soft detent. I mean, very soft. It is there, but it's very soft. So the last run of the Commander had a web retail price of $300. It's not the same knife anymore. But anyway, this one can be yours. A beautiful example from the pre-turn of the millennium. $175 like it is, $195 with my Edge. The Emerson Commander, black and a combo edge. Next up, we have a stunner from ProTech with all of its goodies. Poly bag, fabric pouch, sleeve. The model number is ridiculously long. It's the INT106-OPERATOR. The model number is the TR3, or model name is the TR3 Integrity. The handle is black relic textured hard anodized aluminum. The blade is DLC coated in black, and it's S35. Double thumb studs, tritium button, and a deep carry clip. It is a button lock manual action knife on ball bearings. Look at your relic mill pattern. So cool. Your eyes just won't stop looking at it. It flips. It's so cool. There's your right hand tip up deep carry clip. There's your tritium tube inlaid button. Nice detent, man. For a button lock, that is killer. Beautiful swedged spear in S35. 3 7/16 blade, 4 5/8 handle. There we go. Is the centering perfect? Well, it's a ProTech. Lockup is rock solid. Condition, like new in the box. Discontinued and out of stock. When they were available, they were $270 web retail. This can be yours all in, shipped priority mail, $225 like it is, $245 with my Edge, the TR3 Integrity from ProTech. What a beauty. Next up, if you are a left-handed person and you like knives from Idaho, here you go. It's a lefty Omnumzon drop point in Magna Cut. It is. Born March 27th of 2025. And I don't think it's ever been in a pocket. Yeah. Sandblasted finish. That is factory fresh. Let's see. Yeah. 3 11/16 blade, 4 3/4 handle. Reeve integral lock with ceramic ball interface. Yes. 4 3/4 handle. You have your Chris Reeve engraved over travel stop. Beautiful action. Centering will be hard to see, but it's perfect. I promise. Let's see. Lockup, rock solid, of course. It's like new in the box. They're out of stock. They're always out of stock. You can order one from Chris Reeve. It'll cost you $500 plus postage. I don't know if they charge tax if you order direct, but then, you know, it'll be a year and you'll get one. Or you can just buy this one. It's a beauty, and it's like new with all of its goodies. Your price, $550 like it is, $575 with my Edge. The lefty Omnumzon in Magna Cut from Chris Reeve. And that'll bring us to the last item in tonight's sale, and it is not a knife. It's not a pen. It's not a flashlight. It's a Citizen watch. Comes with sleeve, box, some literature, like Bob at Knivestown. What happened to Bob at Knivestown? I don't know. If you know, let me know. Here's the watch. It's just a nice little daily eco drive, right? A full polished case in 316L. Very, very light marks. Just a little bit of setting it down for the night wear on that case. Look, oyster bracelet with polished center links that are almost untouched. Got a beautiful black sunburst dial. Diameter is 41. Lug to lug is 49. Thickness is 10 millimeters, and the lug width is 22. A rudimentary stamped clasp, double pusher, just one micro adjust, and I don't believe it's got any half links. Doesn't look like it. Screw-on case back. I think the water resistance is 100 meters. Is that right? The model number is the BM8551-54E. Let's see, how's it doing? I set this watch 24 hours ago, and it's running about dead. It should. It's an Eco Drive quartz. Day date at 3. Roman 12 at the top, and everything else is a spear index, right? Beautiful. Very near mint inbox with papers. You can buy these brand new online. Your web retail prices vary kind of wildly between $156 and $227. Let's do $95 shipped priority mail on this one. On the Eco Drive Citizen. And that, my friends, will bring us to the end of another weekly knife sale on the Apostle P channel. Hope you enjoyed it. I sure have. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Remember, the word is sharp. Now commence to clicking. I'll talk to you soon.